I love the way you put out material. It's always like chronological of your life. And so this new special is where you're at now. But there's one thing from the second one that I was bawling crying.
Oh,
like
yeah.
When you tell the story about your younger sister, God bless her dead. But like, boy, I've never been laughing hysterically, then bawling, crying, and then immediately right back to laughs. I've never seen a special that made me do that before.
How many times had you told that story on stage? Because you're also...
Never.
Oh, that's what I was wondering.
Because the way he's crying, dog, that's what got me, aside from the story. But like, I was like, there's no way you've run this 50 times.
I didn't run that special, period.
Wow.
Eric.
Can I be honest, that's my favorite part.
This is Domino Effect Part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Oof. So, Joe, Eric, nobody knew what I was doing. I just told them how I wanted it to look. And they was like, well, you give us something. I'm like, I got it.
Wow.
And
holy shit.
We did it. We recorded it. Wow. It was no running of that. It was no...
Did you know you were going to tell that story? Or
yeah.
Okay, so you knew going into...
I knew the years. So
had you mapped it out in your...
It was no way to skip...
That part.
Right. It's not like... I knew...
Crazy.
Because he had asked the question... Did I know I was going to put it out in that order?
Yeah.
So we did Domino Effect 1, and then people asked what was the rest of the story. So then I did 2. So we went from 10, you know what I'm saying, to 16. Then we went from 16 up. So we went in order of the years.
So I thought you had this whole thing mapped out, part 1 to part. So you did part 1.
We didn't have it. We mapped it out after the success of 1.
Yeah.
And people wanted to know the story, so we figured we would just do, after 2, I knew I was going to do 3 and 4. Mm-hmm. But it was no, like, if I tell you, and it's like with me, I don't talk about other people's craft. That's what they doing. But when I watch somebody else try to create that moment, it's like you're discrediting a very honest
thing.
Moment.
Yeah.
Because I knew without running it, I knew as soon as I got to that part, I started feeling it.
Yeah.
And my older sister is in the audience.
Oh, wow.
And this is her first time ever hearing my account of what happened, because she had went back to the Navy.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand, my little sister is like the heartbeat of me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a different, this is like the purest happiness before my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's tattooed on me twice. It's a thing when it comes to her, you know? So it was no way that I could
run it over and over. Yeah.
It was no way. It was like, man, get to it and not know how you was gonna come out of it.
That's what I was gonna ask.
That's
like,
brave.
You know you're gonna tell it. Are you able to stay in the moment with everything that's leading up to it, knowing
It's coming.
that this is coming?
Get here, and then you're gonna have to figure it out
After
you're there, because you may not be able to continue.
Yep. Wow.
So I don't know what to prepare in my head to continue with.
Yep.
Because it's so, man, I think this is the most damaging thing ever in my whole life. It's like, people talk about the prison. The prison, that's whatever. But, and the reason why I'm there is because she's gone. Because this turned me into something different. Like, I became a different dude. I would stop doing whatever I was doing to make sure I went to pick her up from school.
Right.
So me picking my daughter up from school, me picking my kids up from school is a big thing because it's still the connection
That you have with your little sister.
with my little sister.
Yeah.
So it's like a punishing thing.
Yeah.
And so I still ask her for help
Wow.
when I'm in positions. And she was only 8. And I was like, yo, man, you gonna have to walk me through this. And that's it's punishing when you lose your happiness like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to do the set, as I'm thinking about it, I am on stage and I'm like, damn, how and what can I actually even say
Yeah.
that's going to
Honor the moment.
turn this around? And I'm looking at my sister, right? And my sister's just
Balling.
in the audience.
Yeah.
And then one of my boys, street dude, he is on one. And I see him looking off. He can't even look at his wife. He's looking off because he balling and he knows the situation. Like he was around. And it pops into my head out of nowhere. Because I was asking him, like, yo, you gonna have to help me through this, shorty. And then Pops came to my head. This dude who used to sell dope for us. During that time, the only person that could make me laugh was Pops. Because I would come to the cookhouse and he would be in his Speedos cooking drugs. And I was like, yo, man, this dude is insane. He's insane, man. And and Pops was fit. And he had on Speedos. I'm like, yo, man, what you got going on? Hey, man, don't worry about what the chef got on. I was like, yo, man, this is a crazy person.
Yeah.
So that helped me to remember that moment.
Yeah.
Why? And I was digging in my head, like, yo, what made you laugh at this time?
Yeah.
And it was only Pop.
And you thought of that during the taping?
During the taping.
Wow.
Because after the thing that so you're crying, it's like beautiful. Then afterward, you talk about the anger, which most people don't talk about. Most people don't think about when they think about loss. And I remember you said it with this fury. I was like, there's no way he's ever said this before because it turned me into a fucking monster. I will fucking kill you. If you say what's up to me, I'll fucking end the feeling.
What's up will get you killed.
And I was like, there's no way he said this. There's no way he's run this 100 times. It's just not possible. Yeah.
I only cried because I had regret of time that I didn't spend.
With her, yeah. Yeah.
Shit that I could have been doing, but I'm out doing other bullshit. Okay, you going to pick up from school, you spending time with her, but you could have did more that probably wouldn't have. And it's not even, it wasn't even my thought pattern at the time.
Right.
Yeah. You
But
said you
how much you love this little girl and the moments that you did. Like, I can't look at an Ashley furniture truck and not think about her.
Right.
Because I'll never forget the time we walking home and she let my hand go and started running. I'm like, what you doing?
Yeah.
She said, you gotta come on. I gotta catch this man. He got my truck. Because it said her name on the side of it. And when she dressed up like Halloween, she had on all black and she had her face painted like a cat.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what you got going on? She's like, meow, meow.
Yeah.
And it's like all of these things. And when she passed, I would sit in her room and I would hear her in the closet playing like she normally would be doing. And I know how devastating this was for my family.
Yeah.
This like crippled my mom.
Yeah.
Because this was, and then I learned why it crippled my mom. This was the first time that my mom was in a comfortable position that she could actually raise one of her children.
Wow.
So she took care of us,
But she raised.
but she raised her.
Ooh.
And so this is me understanding why this was. My mom asked me all the time, "Hey, was I a good mom? You know, I love you, right?" And it's because this is the effects of her not completing the job. She's never got a chance to comfortably raise a
One
child.
for kids.
You know, it was, me and my sister, she had us early. My mom had me. She's 20 years old. And my sister's 2 years older than me. So she just going through life, just taking care of us.
Yeah.
But now she's she's established, and for 8 years, she's raising.
She's leaning in.
You
She's
know what I'm
all
saying?
in.
She's getting everything that she's going to do everything that she never got a chance to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's an angle. And then for family members never to have seen her living,
Yeah.
because she lived out of town, and they was always planning to come and never got a chance to. And the first time my grandmother is seeing her grandchild's in a box.
Damn.